Welcome to the Ten Boom Institute's Q&A Tuesday. Today we have a question from Tamiko. She asks, what reading recommendations do you have on incorporating African American history throughout the year? That's a great question, Tamiko, and one that I thought quite a bit about. And in thinking about, well, are you part of a book club? Are you teaching American history in school? Do you want to read things for your own personal enrichment or interest? Are you wanting readings that you can read with your children? And not knowing exactly what your situation is, I came up with the perfect solution, and that is to buy this little book called Great Speeches by African Americans, edited by James Daly. I'll tell you why I think this is the answer to your question. Learning history through biography is one of the very best, most interesting ways to go about it. And if you want to read African American history throughout the year, well, there's 15 plus speeches in this little volume, and you can read one a month. They're put together chronologically, so you'll start in the early 1800s and you'll come all the way forward. The last one is by Barack Obama. And as you read one a month, you'll come to know the very most important people in African American history because they're highlighted in this volume. And you'll read their words. You'll get to know them as individuals as you read the speeches that they gave. And then I recommend that you get online and look up a short biography on them. Some of them even have other writings that you could read, autobiographies, etc., that you could get a hold of if you want to go even further. And this is fabulous because it's a short little reading. If it's for a book club, you can read one a month. It's just a few pages. If you want to read them to your family, if you want to read them for your own enrichment, or if you want to infuse African American history into like an American history classroom or another classroom, then this is just a little bit every month, and you're getting to know the most important people, and you're getting to know them personally, their passions, their ideas, the things that they said. There's a lot of really great quotable stuff you could memorize, and you'll have a sense not only of major events, but of the people that made a difference in African American history. You can go as deep as you want, or you can just read this little volume, one speech a month, and get a taste for who were the most influential, most important people in African American history. So again, Great Speeches by African Americans, edited by James Daly. And I hope that answers your question, and that's a place for you to begin learning about African American history throughout the year. Now, if this information was helpful, please pass it on to a friend. Like us if you like us. And for your information, if you're interested in African American history, we're working on a reading program specifically about that topic that will be released in the future. So stay in contact with us, join our email list, and keep in touch with all the things that we have coming up, especially if you want to know more about African American history. You can get a hold of that reading program and really dig deep. See you next week.